After 10 years since the end of the world, zombies are changing in a new way. The zombie in front of you is the dumbest zombie in the world, which is good news if he is chasing you. He didn't even think about it when he saw a figure on the side and bit down. Now his tongue is stuck to the top. Even an old woman could kill this kind of stupid zombie, but if there are stupid zombies, there must also be smart ones. This zombie is smarter. They have 250 IQ. Don't think you can hide and rest easy in an eye scan room. The zombie bit off the researcher's eye, then used his lens to open the metal door. The third type is the most dangerous and strong. Not only do they have a high IQ, but they are also very quick. When you see this kind of zombie, you don't have to run away because it's almost impossible that you will. And the people part. After a long time living in a post-apocalyptic world, zombies have learned to kill in many different ways. Zombies are endless. This guy turned into Lady Liberty right away. Easy to figure out, the zombie attacked, and this guy driving a Reaper is a bit strange. He drove the Combine and had no trouble following the zombie. The zombie was finally turned into a hamburger. The next person is even worse. He used a fake to get the zombies to follow him. Then he cursed to the side and kept pressing with a jack. The famous falling Tower of Pisa fell soon after. Also, the 3 unfortunate zombies were turned into meat cakes. The show's main character still has a proud face at the end. The White House will be played by a group of 4 people. They've been outside for 10 years and have become godlike because they were able to solve the zombie problem by sending people straight into the White House. The once bad boy Rock has grown up and is now going through a restless phase. As a stepmother, she often wants to leave the house. He gave her everything he had. Not only does he work on his basketball skills with her, but they also never forget to give each other Christmas gifts. Columbus and Wichita were already dating, but when Columbus proposed to her with a diamond that a pigeon had eaten, she turned him down hard. It looks like Wichita is another girl who was afraid of getting married. The situation became awkward right away, but what the brothers didn't expect was for the sisters to leave a note the next day, then leave them again and take Tallahassee's modified. This made the 2 brothers talk to each other about how bad it was. But just as Columbus was looking for something in the mall, Columbus saw another girl, but he thinks she is a zombie. Hand speed for 2.5 years almost killed him. She is also very independent. She went over to him and gave him a big hug. Even though Tallahassee tried to calm Columbus down, he couldn't because he had just lost his girlfriend. He went back to the White House with Madison. That night, the 2 people got together. This made Tallahassee, which had not had a single resident for 50 years, a lot of trouble. Couldn't the director set him up with a woman? Just then, someone was breaking in from the outside. It turns out that Wichita is back from where it ran away. On the road, the 2 sisters met a guy with long hair. Little Rock fell in love with him the moment she saw him, so she left Wichita behind. Water is not as thick as blood. Now that she's back, she wants to take the weapon, go find Little Rock, and tell Columbus she's sorry she left without saying goodbye. Just when Wichita thought the 2 were going to get back together, Madison appears at the top of the stairs. Again, the 2 of them don't get along very well. The next morning, they are both ready to go look for Little Rock. But when Tallahassee saw the old, beat-up van, he felt sad. He thinks a strong man should drive a pink Jeep, and Madison was a pain when she left the house carrying a big bag. Some people thought she was going on a trip. The 3 of them couldn't say anything either. Then they left in this old, broken-down van. Tallahassee, on the other hand, always wanted a different car. He had a clown in mind. But Columbus didn't like clowns, so they switched to an RV. A few people came to the modified RV, but the alarm went off as soon as Madison opened the door. The zombies near the sound were drawn to it right away. Tallahassee ran to the car to turn off the alarm. The 3 old team members got to work right away. Columbus fights to protect the car's roof. Tallahassee and Wichita aimed their guns at the walkers to kill them. They worked very well together, but there were way too many zombies. Wichita was flipping through a magazine when a zombie jumped out at her just in time. Wichita was in trouble, and Madison helped him out with her water gun. They thought the danger was over, but then a zombie came out from under the car and grabbed Madison's ankle. But Columbus moved fast enough to get a shot off in time to save Madison after killing all the zombies. The group left in the RV once more, but the next. The RV was thrown away. Tallahassee isn't sure about the clown car anymore, but Columbus won't get in because he is afraid of clowns. They had no choice but to ride in the broken van again, but as soon as they got on the road, Madison knew something was wrong. She got out of the car and started to throw up as if he had just been bitten by a zombie. Madison was getting ready to change. Columbus does nothing but kill. After hearing 2 gunshots, Columbus got back in his car at night. They finally found Little Rock's car in front of the Elvis Presley Memorial, but no one was inside to see the piano that Elvis Presley played. Tallahassee couldn't help himself and played it, but Nevada knocked him down. Nevada was almost ready to shoot. Wichita and Columbus both knew they were looking for someone when they arrived one after the other. Nevada also did the same thing. Told them Little Rock and the man with the long hair had left. The long-haired man, on the other hand, had taken Little Rock to Babylon. This is a safe place that was made by people who want peace. They said they wouldn't use force. All guns have to be turned in. In a world after the end of the world, everything is new. Tallahassee and his group were about to leave for Babylon. They saw what happened to the car they had changed. Tallahassee was very angry right away. But when the people in the car got out, it surprised a lot of people. If these two people already have such a bad name, it's just because they're not as good as Columbus and Tallahassee. People still dress up as something else. The four men understood each other, but just as they were talking happily, they heard something outside. As they got closer, they saw that several zombies had climbed onto the Bigfoot. These zombies looked like they were smart. The two fakes didn't follow the advice, so they had to act in front of a real doomsday squad and got into a fight. When they got back, they found that they had been bitten. The change didn't take long to happen. When they turn into zombies, the two fakes are very strong. It took a lot of work to kill them. The group then agreed to go to Baby, and it looks like Tallahassee has found true love. Nevada gave him a love ring. She told him she would wait for him. The car will not let go of the Bigfoot car because it loves Tallahassee. But when he got in the car, he realized he had no idea how to drive it. They had no choice but to drive the broken van again. On the road, they ran into the funny car again. We didn't know it was Madison until we got close. This talk box doesn't seem to be very common. It turned out that she wasn't sick with the zombie virus, but rather had an allergic response to nuts. Because he didn't want to kill her, Columbus just fired 2 shots into the sky. After a long trip, the group finally gets to Babylon, which has a long history. Tallahassee was tired of this old, broken-down van, so he got out and threw a bomb. Knowing that you can't bring guns into Babylon. There are 10,000 people in Tallahassee. But he finally decided to give in so he could meet Little Rock. She was able to find Little Rock inside, but everyone else thinks they should stay for the night except for Tallahassee. Tallahassee decided on his own to leave. He was used to living, after all. This place would only slow him down when he pulled out his gun. But as soon as he left, he saw a big group of walkers running toward Babylon. Fireworks were set off by the stupid people who stayed in Babylon. Tallahassee couldn't help but come back. After all, saving lives was important. Tallahassee was sent back in Baby after she had driven for 2.5 years. He told them how bad things were, but he didn't think that these guys would destroy all the weapons. Tallahassee couldn't do anything when people did something so stupid. These people are used to their lives being boring. They didn't know how dangerous the zombies could be. Tallahassee could only show them how to fight zombies by hand, so they came up with a plan quickly. To link to the oil drums, they used a fire hose. Then they poked holes with toothpicks. Wichita started it. The fireworks started to go off on the turntable. It was a draw for the zombies. The people then lit the gasoline on fire. Then they left the field quickly. The zombies went into the fire and surrounded it. After that, the oil drum blew up. The fight plan worked, but there were more walkers than they thought. More zombies came in. Again, walkers without guns quickly circled a group of people. They would definitely die. They just gave up right before it was too late. Nevada drove the Bigfoot car and got to the crowd of zombies just in time to crush them all. They climbed on the big bike. Nevada started to sing in front of the zombies. After 10,000 turns, Nevada went right for the hole. She took her best shot to kill. Nevada started to lose herself as she cheered over and over again. She finally got the Bigfoot car to turn around. When they got out of the car, walkers were all around them. People upstairs were able to help in time because they took advantage of this gap. They got inside the building and got the walkers to go up to the roof. As the last step of the plan, there are people on both sides of a wall. Tallahassee is not a race to the finish. He takes a last-minute jump. The zombies didn't break the car or fall off the tall building, but the last two grabbed Tallahassee's legs. He was about to be pulled to the ground. The zombie was suddenly hit by a bullet. Little Rock was the one who pulled the trigger. He still had the gun that Tallahassee gave him for Christmas. Tallahassee didn't die. Everyone in the crowd helped to save him. At the end of the movie, when Columbus asks Wichita to marry him, she says yes. Tallahassee too finds the love of his life. Since then, they have been shy.